Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Smoke Lounge Wednesday night. We got the smoke, we got the booze, and we finna just talk about some Miami Dolphins. We're gonna talk about, we're gonna talk about the Miami Dolphins. When we come back in a couple of minutes, we'll definitely talk about the coaching aspect. And I don't know. Let's see where the chat takes us. So come back. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Stick around.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics. Officially licensed everything.
Get ready to dive into a new world of online shopping with the Fins Tailgate. Whether you're a die-hard sports fan or just looking for the latest fashion trends, we've got you covered. With a wide variety of products from your favorite sports teams to stylish accessories and home decor. We're your one-stop shop for all things tailgate. Our easy-to-use website and hassle-free checkout process make shopping with us a breeze. Plus, with frequent sales and discounts, you won't want to shop anywhere else. So come on in and join the party at the Fins Tailgate, your new go-to destination for all things tailgate.
What's good, everybody? Hope y'all having a great day. It's Hump Day. Aquavision in the chat. My man, the best name with the best name, Dolphinier. Daniel Berry Sports. Q, what's up, Myus? And John Featherland. So what's going on, guys? Listen, I want to take you guys back to. I'm noticing a pattern with the NFL, and meaning, I remember Brian Flores' last year, we had a bunch of away games in the beginning, and home games at the back end. The next year, we had a bunch of home games in the beginning, away. No, Brian Flores, we had a bunch of away, and then we had a bunch of home in the beginning. Then the year after that, we had a bunch of it's kind of flipped. We had a bunch of home in the beginning and then away at the end with the Cali trip. Then we had to go to Buffalo. We had one game at home and then we had to go to Buffalo. No, we had to go to Buffalo. Then we had that one game at home, and then vice versa last year. So if that's an indicator, I think hopefully that's the trend. So next year, if I get my prediction, what's up, Vince Tailgate? I mean El Capitan. So if I get my predictions right, next year it seems like okay, what's going on? Next year we're going to be getting some home games in the beginning, and at the back end we're going to have the away games. So I'm saying that to say this, so it's kind of be an advantage if we have home field advantage in the beginning of the season. Then us not having Jaden Phillips, what's up, Mark? How you doing, my brother? Us not having Jalen Phillips and these guys towards the middle, you know what I mean, with that home field advantage is going to serve us well. But what's going to suck down the end is if we have that Green Bay game in Green Bay, we have to go to Buffalo, we have to go to these cold, windy places in December. That's going to bite us in the ass. So I'm noticing that pattern that every other year, we have home games at the back end, and then a bunch of away games in the beginning, and then ended at home. So next year, hey Kevin Lee, what's going on? If the pattern continues, next year we're gonna have a bunch of away games at the tail end, and I hope that those away games, like I said, isn't Green Bay, isn't Buffalo, isn't those games where we have to go to those cold places. But New England, to name a few. But luckily we're playing the South, so that also could fit in our, could you know. Well, I don't know. I've been a Dolphin fan for a long time, Kevin Lee. I'm glad you brought that up because I've been a Dolphin fan for a long time. And what's crazy is a lot of people don't remember when Tannehill was here, his last few years here, everybody wanted the quarterback. Everybody wanted to move off of Tannehill after the 2016 because he got injured. He got injured towards the end of the 16. He missed the whole 2017, so he got labeled the injury prone, which was kind of bullshit because prior to 2016, he never got injured. And then all of a sudden, he's injury prone. I don't know how the fuck he got that title. But anyway, and then every year after that, everybody wanted to move off of Tannehill. And everybody has that PSD that it's going to happen the same way. Well, I have news for you. It's going to happen, whether we like it or not. Yeah, no, I think that's going to happen next year, Mark, because I don't think they're going to give the Miami Dolphins overseas game until we host 9 games. So next year, it looks like we're going to be playing our last games away, and we're playing 9 away games and 8 home games next year. One of those games is going to be in Green Bay, and again, I hope the Green Bay game is in the beginning of the season. I don't want to play them in December or November. It's going to be a cold ass game. It's let me look up the website real quick. See what games just to glance at our opponents. Everybody hit the like button. Please subscribe if you're new. Hey, listen, shout out to El Capitan for allowing me to come up here and start a stream and speak my mind on the Miami Dolphins, and then opening it up to the people so they could get a word edgewise as well. You know what I mean? I believe in, but okay. So I want y'all to know we got we got to go to LA. I'm gonna. This is the possibilities. The Indianapolis ain't gonna mean nothing. We got to go to Houston. I'm gonna go to each game. I'm gonna tell you at Houston. I think it's a dome, so it doesn't matter. Indianapolis is a dome. LA, you don't want to go to LA for the. We got to go to LA. LA. We go to Seattle. We go to Cleveland. We go to Green Bay. So those are potential games that we could play away in December. Those are the games. Yo, what's up, Mark? Michael K, what's going on, Michael K? How you doing, my brother? So those are the games that we could potentially play away in December. Cleveland, Green Bay, Seattle, and the other ones doesn't care about because we play in a dome. So I think that was up. Hey, Fred, what's up? I think that's going to be the test right there. What can Tua do in December? But again, I brought up Tannehill for a very good reason, because at the end of the day, what trips me out was everybody wanted to move off of Tannehill his last 2 years in Miami. And we finally did. The national media was always saying Tannehill isn't the guy. Tannehill isn't a good quarterback. But the second he went to Tennessee, he took the team to an AFC championship, and all of a sudden he was a serviceable quarterback. He's a good quarterback. He took the team to an AFC championship, blah, blah, blah. So did Blake Bortles. So nothing. Simple answer, Shake. Damn, Kevin Lee, you cold in the paint. Hey, by the way, did you get your money from that bet? Tua did play all 17 games, so I'm just curious. Josh Allen is the next Tony Romo. What's going on? When you score 7 points in the last game of the season and 7 quarters of the last season, damn. That's crazy. 7 quarters. Damn, when you score 7 points in the last 7 quarters of the season. But what about the number one offense and all that stuff that people want to bring up? I don't know. That's crazy, man. 7 points. Look, I'm just saying, at the end of the day, I know everybody wants a new quarterback. As a matter of fact, you know what? Somebody was saying today that Stephen Ross doesn't care about what people say. He's not going to change the logo, the Dolphins logo. He's not going to switch to the throwback uniform. So that tells me right there the owner doesn't care about what the fans say. So that being said, hey guys, be prepared to whatchamacallit on. I haven't watched that one yet. Be prepared that he's going to get the extension. What's your take on TD said that? What was the trade, Kevin Lee? Put in the chat. Who's Ryan Crow? I don't know who is Ryan Crow, but yeah, Mark, that is a very true statement. We lost to the Super Bowl champs. So anyway, we brought in a new linebackers coach. Here we go. So you think Baker Mayfield is the answer? I don't know. See, here's the thing. If we get Baker Mayfield, right? What if him and Tyreek Hill don't get along? And they have the same blowout in Miami that Baker did in Cleveland. What if they don't mesh well with Baker Mayfield? Fields now. Look, at the end of the day, I'm not for extending Tua, but I am for giving him his last year. Let's see how the offense adjusts, because at the end of the day, if the offense put up 7 points, Tua put up 7 points, as people eloquently said, that tells you that the offense kind of failed as well, because why didn't the running game do anything? Because at least, look, if you look at Cleveland's wins, a lot of their wins were because the running game contributed a lot. Did the running back suck in December, or was it Mike McDaniel? It's hard to say, right? So no, Baker Mayfield is not the reason why. It's called Godwin and Mike Evans was the reason why they had those wins. Come on, man. You can't take away the credit from Mike Evans and Godwin. Those are two huge weapons. Not to mention they were what, 8-9 or 9-8 or something like that. They could have easily, if they were 9-8. Tampa played in any other conference, they wouldn't be the number one seed and hosting a wild card game. I'm not taking away from nothing from the NFC conference, but they went 9-8. Meaning, had they played in the NFC West, would they be hosting a playoff game? If they were in the NFC East, would they be hosting a playoff game? So, I mean, okay, I'll give you that game. Okay. Baker Mayfield has been playing better than Tua in big games. What big game? One playoff? Let me see. What big games are those? I want to know. Besides the 2 playoff games. That's true too. They're both 9-8. But the point I was making is not that the fact that they're easier, is that the fact that they got to host a playoff game. Would that game still been the same if they would have been in Philadelphia in the cold? But well, then again, never mind, because Tom Brady won all his NFC playoff games in the cold as well. So anyway, let's hear what people, let's hear what I got. Nothing in mind. Like I said, I just came on the stream to chop it up with some people. So here we go. How can you say? Hold on. How can you say Waddle is better than? No. Look, I'll concede that Hill is better than the two weapons, but I don't think Waddle is better than Godwin or Mike Evans. Mike Evans is 6'4". He has a huge catch radius. Throw me the ball, I'll catch it. And Chris Godwin is a great route runner. So no, I want to say maybe Hill, maybe, and that's debatable. But I will never say that Chris Godwin and Evans are two slouches. The only difference is, I think the only difference is between our offense. No. Waddle's better than. In what sense is he better than Godwin? In one sense, Godwin is a proven commodity. He actually played in a Super Bowl. He actually has playoff experiences with Tom Brady. Bro, look, Chris Godwin, before I want you to put it this way. I know everybody wants to harp on the fact that Jameis Winston threw 30 interceptions, but at the end of the day, he threw for 30 touchdowns and 5,000 yards with those two cats as wide receiver. 5,000 yards with Jameis Winston. And then the next year, they won the Super Bowl. Hey, Mark, what's up?
Hey, Jake, how goes it? Hope everything's going well.
I'm good. How about you?
I was kind of doing a little bit of some looking around, and I kind of understand the whole concept of the salary cap, which is something to be said, which means either I'm incredibly bored and have absolutely nothing else better to do, or I kind of understand math. But I was looking at the cap situation, and the Bills and the Dolphins are like literally in the same spot, about 52 million over, got about the same number of players signed. And I looked at all the restructures and stuff, and there won't be any problem for either team getting under the salary cap, because you just restructure and you move that money and turn it into signing bonus and move on about your business. Mm-hmm. Now, the critical thing I see from Miami's standpoint is what they want to do with the guys that they have to re-sign. I mean, you've got Wilkins, you've got Connor Williams, you've got Robert Hunt, and you've got Van Ginkel, which I consider to be all key re-signings. I think Williams can go down the pecking order a little bit simply because, based on when his injury was, I don't really see him playing until October. I do see, and I don't think you can let Wilkins go. You just can't. That guy is like a leader. He's proven himself. He's improved every single year. And he's like the force that drives the Dolphins. He's a dog in a locker room and a dog on the field. So I don't think you can let him go.
I don't think. That's where we disagree. I don't think he's a dog. Look, I watch every Dolphin game. He does good, but I don't think he's a dog. He's playful, and he's no Warren Sapp. He is no the when you think about defensive tackles that will run you over and eat you, what I'm saying? He's not that for me, in my opinion. So I
Well,
don't.
I mean, when you really look at it, it's, the Seiler signing was really smart, and with the money they got him for was outstanding. And Seiler had a great year last year.
Correct.
The guy that I really looked at that you can't lose, because if Wilkins wants $24 million, I can't go there with him. He's not a
No, me
$24 million player. But the guy who I'm
I would say
concerned about
20 million
losing,
is 20 million is the sweet spot for me.
yeah, it's the one that works for me too. Because if he wants Quentin Williams money, and there's the one thing that's going to be advantageous is we have to see what the numbers are going to come in on with Chris Jones, because he's going to be upper. If they franchise him, it's like 33 million or something. I don't see Kansas City doing that. But their cap space is actually fairly decent. But the guy that I'm concerned about that's going to be out of market price is going to be Robert Hunt. Inside guards are now getting upwards of $15 to $17 million, and I don't know how affordable that is.
Yeah. Now you talk about Doug. Now that's the thing I like about Hunt over Wilkins is because Hunt can play right tackle. Hunt can play right. You know what I'm saying? He could play the right tackle and the right guard if necessary. He could play two
Right,
positions.
Hunt came in and he played right tackle initially, if I remember.
Yeah. And the guy, you talk about dog, he's a dog. That guy's a mauler. You know what I mean?
Now,
That's what
if I was Miami, if I'm Chris Greer right now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking at picks 21 and 55, I think you got a little bit of flexibility to trade down maybe 5 spots or so, 5 to 7 spots, and still get a tackle. And there are 3 really, really, really good centers. You got the kid from Georgia. You obviously got the Oregon guy, and you've got Zach Frazier from West Virginia. So if I'm Miami, I'm going to remake that offensive line in one draft. I can possibly trade down. I can get a good offensive tackle in the first round, and I can go get a center in the second round. Now you do that, and you're really, really set for the long term. Because if you get the kid from Washington, I forget what his name is. I believe he's Samoan, but he can be a guard. He can play inside guard or tackle, and we know Armstead's got to play out this contract year, and then you could probably move on from him in 2025. Now you're set there. You've got a center. You can let Connor Williams go because you can't. I'm not going to pay somebody that's going to be a third of the way into the season before he can even come back and start to play again.
By the way, so I can hear you fine,
but apparently,
but
it is what it is.
Apparently, you need a new mic. I can hear you fine though, but everybody says you need a new mic.
Yeah, I mean, because if you can develop the offensive line, because the big concerning factor is at the end of the season, after Connor Williams went out in the Tennessee game, one of the things that the Dolphins did is they went to a lot more screen passes. They decreased their average pass down the field because the pass blocking became very suspect. Yeah. So if you rebuild that offensive line and you give Tua, everybody says, well, Tua got the least amount of hits. Well, that's because the poor man had to throw under 2.5 seconds because he was going to get creamed on every play. Just the way it was. And like I said, they shortened their patterns. They did everything to scale back, not so much scale back the offense, but to scale back the amount of hits that the quarterback would have had to take with a less than, stellar offensive line. And there were like 13 or 14 offensive line combinations. If I'm Greer, I'm getting a center and I'm getting a tackle or a guy that can play guard and tackle. I'm going to readdress that offensive line in the draft.
Right.
And you can do that. You can easily do that. I would also play Tua on his 5th-year contract. I know that's going to be problematic because he could potentially hold out if he chooses to do so, and he can hold out to week 10 before his contract tolls. But I just cannot justify giving Tua an extension because there are just still too many questions in the open. Yet. I can't do it.
And one thing you bring up, I agree. Everybody wants to bring up the fact that the Chargers were stupid to give Herbert his extension. Everybody brings up the fact that the Giants were stupid to give Daniel Jones. So the question is, stupid is what stupid does. So now, because organizations made stupid moves, you want to make those stupid moves as well.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, Shake. Daniel Jones certainly, his play did not merit $45 million a year. Herbert has won as many playoff games as Tua has. None. Can Herbert explode? And I can see some explosion out there with the Chargers because you bring Greg Roman in. They're going to do the same thing with Herbert as they did with Kaepernick. except Herbert's got more talent than Kaepernick ever had. And I can see Herbert having this big giant year, but then the Chargers are also like a crap ton of money over the salary cap, and they're going to have to let go of some of their receiving talent. And I think they're going to let go Eckler, and there are things like that. Now, that'll be a guy that I would really like to see the Dolphins kind of take a look at. Is in Eckler, because you can get Eckler for maybe $8 million, and I don't know how much cap space you're going to have left. That's going to be the trick, because you can save money by releasing more players. Obviously, you can release Ogba and you get like a $13 million savings. You can release. I'm trying to think of who else you can release. It's not Howard, because Howard's contract is really problematic the way it's written. Baker would be gone, and there's another player that Baker and Ogba were the two guys that I would have to let go based on the situation. But then the other problem comes in is the nature of both the timing and then the injuries to both Phillips and Chubb, respectively. Phillips' injury is a little bit more problematic, but he was injured earlier in the season. And even if both guys come back next year, which they will, they're not going to come back until the November timeframe. And I will tell you, being from Buffalo, the Von Miller thing was a huge mistake. I thought it was a huge mistake in the signing to begin with, signing a guy that was 32 with all that money sitting there. And then last year he comes back and he's making whatever ridiculous salary he's making, and he got 0 sacks and 5 tackles. I'm very concerned about Chubb coming back off of that second ACL, and the Achilles heel is a bad injury especially for a quick twitch linebacker like a Phillips. So they may not be back to full speed until 2025. And I had this thought, and it's a really tough thing to deal with, but here it is. I'll throw it out there. You could be Miami, and you could say, we're going to take a look at the injury situation, and we could see some problems on defense. The DC that we hired is probably, kind of an eval guy. You swap out linebacker coaches with Green Bay. Campanelli goes to Green Bay, and you bring in Barry. And you say, maybe what we're going to do in 2024 is this. Why don't we just let all of our free agents go? Because they're going to get a third. They're going to get big time compensatory picks. We signed have Tua play on the 5th-year option. We will take a down season, and then come back in 2025 with cap space, 10 or 11 draft picks, at least 5 of them in the first 3 rounds, and do a quick 1-year rebuild. Yeah. Some people will think that's stupid. A lot of people think it's crazy, but maybe I'm not wrong.
One step back to take 3 steps forward instead of taking 1 step forward to make 4 steps back.
Yeah, it's just Anthony. What do you think of that idea?
Oh, I mean, I'm not against it, but here's the thing.
Honestly, I'm sick of. I'm sick and tired of dealing with freaking rebuilds. As a Dolphins fan, we've been in a 20-year rebuild most of the time. I've been a Dolphins fan, man. I don't want to deal with that.
It's not really a rebuild. It's more like a retool. What he's trying to say is let the bad contracts go, and then the next year start. That's when you start building up your roster.
For me, I would rather. This is what I want to happen, but I don't. The Greer is too attached to this kid to admit he made the wrong pick. Maybe draft like a Bo Nix or a JJ McCarthy or Bo Nix and stuff like that.
Oh, Anthony, I love the idea. I really do, but I just feel that you got to do that. You got to. This is the chance to fix that offensive line in one pop.
Yeah, if we look at the best teams in the league,
if we look at the best teams in the league, the 4 teams the 2 teams that are left in the Super Bowl, the 4 teams that were left in the
that offensive line
they were all strong defensive line teams.
Not necessarily. The Chiefs had Mahomes covered up that suspect offensive line by running around this season.
What do you mean the suspect offensive line? They upgraded the offensive line this year. What are you talking about? Their offensive line is better than the wide receivers.
Tackles, but they have a great interior. San Francisco has a really solid offensive line. Baltimore has an outstanding offensive line, and Detroit has one of the best offensive lines in football.
And to me, I think we're going to have to give up way too much, but I would want to get Olaf Ashanu from Penn State or Joe Alt, to be honest. And that
Those are both top
solidifies.
10 guys.
Yeah, actually, that's what I wanted to talk to Shake about.
Go ahead.
Yeah, man, I think Shake, I think we're gonna have to like really go green with some of the roster positions. I think we're gonna have to go green with the defensive ends, and I think we're gonna have to go green with the linebackers. And it's allowable because of Weaver coming in. If we go two undrafted, two fourth to seventh round picks, two of those guys happen to start. And we do the same thing at defensive end. Let's say we get the Gabriel Murphy from Missouri, or we get an Adiasa from Penn State. I think we can still go green and have these guys heal up for 2025, like Mike said.
You know what?
I think if we go, but the thing is, why I say that is.
Let me say something real quick. You know why I agree with you on going green with linebackers? Because look at the linebacker coach we brought in. We brought in a coach that has
defensive
a
coordinator
history of
experience.
developing linebackers versus Anthony Campanelli. He didn't really his first pro team was Miami Dolphins. He was mostly a college coach. So you got a coach that
Flores brought him.
Who's been part of some winning teams like the Los Angeles Rams. They went to a Super Bowl and the 2002 Buccaneers. So he's had success.
No, and Barry was the one. You forgot to mention the Packers. He was there with Aaron Rodgers. He developed Blake Martinez and that other guy, the guy before him.
Two things real quick. Two things. When you talk about the blitzing of Graham and Flores and Boyer, when Flores did it, 76% of the time it was unblocked free guys, either the unblocked safety, someone who they thought they needed to pick up, but then we backed out, and then someone came free to the quarterback. Now, why do I say that? You really don't need talent for that. If Shake Money is coming off the edge, all I need to do next to Shake Money is hold up the left tackle, and Shake Money goes free. So it's not. And so that's one thing. Go ahead, but I got another thing.
Yeah, you know what? I could see with the coaching staff, I could see them converting into a 4-3 next year.
Would you rather trade up or trade down, Shake, to get more?
And they put Phillips and Chubb permanently, their hands in the dirt permanently, instead of having them covered.
Right, because what's going to happen is if you bring 7 to the line, which Weaver will do, he's already committed to that. The zero blitz is back, guys. But the thing is, if you bring 7 to the line and then the offensive line gets confused, now you have a Javon Holland free, a Brandon Jones if they resign him cheap free. You have
I think we're drafting a safety.
Or you have guys coming free because they're going to hold up Phillips and Chubb, but someone is going to come free on the zero blitz.
Yeah.
We're going to drop two guys
Sharif,
in the middle.
I have a question for you. Sharif, I have a question for you real quick.
So, no, but those are the two reasons why I think the transition will be easier to green in terms of defensive ends and linebackers, because you don't really need talent to do the zero blitz. You just need me to hold someone up so Shake Money comes free to the quarterback.
Yeah, no, for me, I understand. I don't. Chubb has had 2 ACL injuries. I don't know how he's I don't really trust him. I don't know what it is. I don't trust. I like he has talent, but I don't trust him.
Both guys won't be able to play until after October, Anthony.
ACL injury.
And guess what? After October, nobody's going to be ready until 2025 to be full speed. So, like I said, going green with linebacker, I want to get you guys' thoughts on going green defensive end and linebacker, because I think doing the zero blitz, you're not going to need A1 talent.
No, but I agree with you. Number
if you're
one,
going to do zero blitz, though, Sharif, I think you need another corner.
And you need another safety.
Because
I think
Kohu at the end of the road. Kohu is what he is. And you need another top of the line corner.
Actually, you made me brought up the third point, which is Kader Kohu ranked 12th. He ranked first for 7 weeks last year. That's because we were playing man. He ranked first as a corner last year for 7 weeks. He ranked 20. He ended up ranked 12th last year in man. And so we're
I'll tell you
going
what, it
back to
wasn't the week
man.
they played the Bills because Stephon Diggs burned him through for 3 touchdowns.
That's this year, sir.
He's a
I'm
slot
talking
corner,
about
to
when
be
we
honest.
played man. Now,
I like
so
Cater, but he's not a bound. I like
since-
Cater, Sharif, but to me, he's a slot corner.
So you're not. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We're going back to something where he was number 1 in the NFL, Anthony. I'm telling you that we're going back to man. So if we're going back to something that Cater thrives in, he's going to become better. We don't need. We can let him just take that next side of Ramsey. In other words,
Let me ask you a question, Sharif. Do you believe the first
Cam
thing
Smith?
you have to do is? Well, let me finish my question, please. Do you believe that the first thing you have to do as a football team is you have to put a roster together that wins your division before you do anything else?
Well, the thing is, right? This is something that Chris did. He fast tracked the team, and so he's gonna have to pay the price to go green in some positional areas. I think we're gonna have to, if we part ways with Jerome Baker, Ogba, and Christian Wilkins, I think we're fine because you got the kid from
Steeler. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the draft kid from
Cam Smith.
Not Cam Smith. I'm talking about the defensive back Trevonte Sweat, and then you also have Leonard
Taylor.
Miami.
Leonard Taylor from Miami. They're going to be available at the top.
Hey, don't
30
forget
to
about
40.
I want to give you guys a name to keep
So-
to take a look at. Maybe.
I think
Go
Siler is
take a
going to
look at
make
Evan
anyone.
Anderson from FAU.
I think Siler is going to make anyone bet on the side of him.
Hey, don't forget
That's-
about Byron. Don't forget about Byron Murphy.
Hey, Todd.
Yeah, Byron Murphy's
I-
will definitely be there at 2021.
And Gabriel Murphy from Missouri, Isaac Isiata from Penn State. So these guys, I think if we go extra green in linebacker and defensive end, that's letting Ogba walk, letting Jerome Baker walk. We can cut Riley. We can cut someone else from defensive end. I think Cameron Good injury cut, and then go green.
Well, I
don't think it hurts us.
To be honest with you.
Wait a minute. Are we moving to are we moving to 3-4 with 4 linebackers or 4-3 with 3 linebackers?
He's still a 3-4 base.
3-4, which is amazing because we may cut Ogba in something that he thrive in. He came free to the quarterback 9 times when he did it with Flores.
Well, here's the thing too. If we go to a 4-3, we could put Chubb, and we could put Chubb,
Jalen
Phillips as D ends, Ogba and Siler as D tackles.
With Chubb and Jalen being so athletic, they're athletic defensive ends. Can we work with a wide 9 here?
Well, the thing is, you're not going to have Chubb and Phillips until November.
Yeah.
And
what I'm
they're going to
asking
be back
in
to being
general-
with the
in
players that they
general-
were
Anthony,
until 2025.
you can't ask the guy to do something that he doesn't do.
Well-
if the guy does a wide 9, he's going to zero blitz.
The thing about
he does man and he zeros a lot.
Well, the thing about it is, if he's a defensive end, I know he's not going to be 100%, but at least Phillips doesn't have to worry about covering. You know what I'm saying? He's just going to go straight after the quarterback. He only has one job.
They're not going to be having those responsibilities anymore. Great point, Shay. Yeah, but the thing is with Fangio's defense, it's on either side, strong side or weak. You may have to come off with your hand and stand up because the running back will do a wheel, or you have to cover that running back out of the backfield. With this defense, it's not that anymore. 7 comes to the line. The dancing 7 comes to the line. We ain't worrying about no running back out the backfield. We worrying about putting you to the ground.
No, Sharif. What I'm not talking about the wide 9 we try to run. Like the wide 9 I'm talking about is the one you saw with the Eagles where they had the linebackers right off the they had the linebackers off the hip of the defensive lineman. But
here's the thing. I don't think whatchamacallit, he's ever ran that wide 9 defense. So I know he's ran the 3-4, the 4-3.
That's what I'm trying to tell Anthony.
Hey,
So
you know the wild card in this, right? The
What's
wild
that?
card is we don't want to lose Van Ginkel.
Van Ginkel's going to Philly.
Honestly, I think he goes with Fangio.
Yeah, I think he's going to Philly, and I don't
gonna
mind.
get a lot
See,
of money somewhere.
I don't mind. See, the thing is, in the scheme of zero blitz, guys, you don't need talent. Because I'm asking two guys to hold up the left the offensive tackle and the right offensive tackle. Once I hold them guys up, Brandon Jones comes free. Holland comes. Somebody will come free. It's Flores basic. We cannot pressure naturally, but yet we still get to the quarterback more than any team.
A couple of years ago, they were playing Boyer's defense, which was basically Flores' defense, and they had 7 sacks and they had incredible pass rush.
I think we should have done that to Lamar. Right. I think we should have done that to Patrick Mahomes. I said it on the show. Shake Money said maybe not because we'll get burned. We didn't do it. We were embarrassed. But guess what? When we did do it, we embarrassed Lamar.
You know what? To your point, though, that's what Kansas City did. Kansas City pretty much
ran.
And they
thank you, Spagnola.
Yeah, no. But for me, this is why I disagree with you, Shake. You say the wide 9 doesn't need talent, not necessarily.
I didn't say that. No, Sharif that said that.
Huh?
No, I'm saying this is the exotic hybrid he's bringing back, Anthony. I don't know what you're talking about, Anthony. It's a hybrid that Flores has.
It's like an amoeba defense.
Yes. What are you talking about, Anthony?
Guys,
it's the same thing you've always seen, Anthony.
He likes to change up defenses to the talent that's across the field, week to week, the way Baltimore does. They change to the talent on the other side of the field. They might run a certain zone one week and then be man-to-man the next week.
Just like Flores. We'll change up anybody. We'll always on third and long bring the zero.
I think
we're always on third and long.
Like, to me, I understand the defensive line is going to be a standard 3-4. Like, the defensive line is going to be, like, the base is going to be a 3-4, but I think it's going to be a hybrid defensive line where you're not going to not necessarily see a 3-4 or a 4-3 every week.
Yeah, it's called an amoeba.
You're right.
It's called an
exactly,
amoeba
Anthony. It's just a standing 7. The guys are standing and waiting to blitz.
There's like 7 guys all standing around on the line, and you don't know who's coming from there.
You're correct, Anthony. I don't know what.
The difference between Flores when he ran it and I can't even think of his name afterwards. Boyer.
Josh Boyer. Yeah.
Boyer would send the zero blitz. Flores would send different people back into coverage each play and send the other.
Right.
That was the biggest difference between the way they ran it.
And he would still send 4, but someone would come free, Todd. Exactly.
Did Baltimore run zero blitzes at all?
Not as much. No. They run a lot. They're a very aggressive defense, though.
So that's what I'm thinking along the lines of, because you want to say that 24 million
that most teams don't have.
You're going to save that 24 million from Christian Wilkins. You're going to save that 24 million from Jerome Baker. Sorry, the 20 that could have gone to Christian. You're going to save.
How about David Long?
You're going to you got to.
Because Wilkins, Sharif, do you think Wilkins is really getting 24 million? I know that's what Spot Track says, and what I don't think he's getting. I don't think he's getting that much. There's not going to be a team that gives him that much, dude.
There's no way a smart GM, a desperate GM that is going to overpay for an elite run defender is kind of.
I can see him getting 16, 17, maybe 18.
Whatever he gets,
he's going to
add Cedric.
He's going to get more than that Oliver got.
Whatever he gets, add Cedric Wilson, Jerome Baker, and add Ogba, and you can restructure Armstead and X. And you save 44 million right off the bat.
You can't restructure Armstead. To restructure means you have to push the contract out, or you have to add void years. And I don't see him doing that.
There's no way you restructure Armstead. This is the last year we have to pay him.
You know who I think is a sneaky re-signing for the Dolphins? Sharif, you know who I think should be a sneaky good re-signing for the Dolphins is Kendall Lamb.
Hey, listen, Q, if that happens, I'm all for this 15 million. For Wilkins,
you do Williams for $15 million.
That's his.
17 million. There's
He's gonna
already
get
teams out there
Michael
willing
Pierce
to pay him
money.
26 million.
25,
Yeah.
26 is just ridiculous.
Yeah,
dude. That's
see,
like Chris
this is-
Jones money, man.
This is
Yeah,
the
he wants
time,
to be right
guys,
below Chris Jones.
where
That's
like
insane.
our graduation has come for some of these guys, and like it's okay because we have the system where the zero is going to be successful whether a Landon Roberts is here or not, to the lack of a joke. But I'm just saying, like some of these guys is fine if they walk. It's fine if Christian walks.
I have a
Baker gets
feeling.
cut.
Bill's
I
fake
think
crowd.
we have the
I got a
corners
feeling.
to run
I
the
have a
zero.
feeling
We
they're
have
going
them.
to restructure Baker, though. I have a feeling they're going to restructure him on a lower deal.
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
you
think
go
so.
green. I would like to go green though. I wouldn't mind, but I would like to just go green because
Todd, I disagree
it
with you.
would
I don't
help.
see that happening. I think Baker walks.
I don't know because
No,
Baker
Baker gets
wants
cut.
to stay.
He has a
wants
year
to
left.
stay. He might
Yeah, Baker's got a
restructure
year
on a
I
lower
lower
don't
deal.
deal.
think.
I think they just cut him and then do the cap
Baltimore's
I'm glad
defense
you're enjoying.
fits.
I'm glad you're getting a good laugh, Bill's fake crowd noise.
So,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah,
so I never got your guys' answer. Do you think the Dolphins trade up or trade down to get more capital?
I would trade down.
I would trade. I'm
I
never
would
a big
trade
fan
down
of trade
I have
down.
to
man.
wait. I
I
have
always
to wait
trade
till
down.
the first
We'll play
free
with
agency
21 or
and
27.
first cut.
It'll be the same value. In my opinion, they
I-
have to get a tackle and a center in this draft.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'll
you don't
wait
like
till
Mark, you don't
after
like
the
this is
first.
Eichenberg
what
at
I
center,
see
though?
happening. With all the quarterback needy teams, honestly, I think guys like Olafashanu and Alt get pushed out of the top 10.
I
I thought
think after March.
Eichenberg started to emerge at center.
Alt's a surefire top 10, and so is Bowers. And they're not quarterbacks.
that you don't think with the teams that are desperate for a franchise quarterback that are going to be trading up?
No.
Hey,
It's going to push
Now
those guys
I can
down?
tell you one thing.
No.
Hey, by the way,
When you see I cut Cedric and I cut Baker and I let Christian walk and I cut who else? Ogba. I'm taking that money, guys. If you agree with me or not, I'm spending it on best offensive linemen out there.
There is
Because if
one
I put a
thing.
walk,
Hey, if you
what do you guys think?
if you let them all walk, there's one player you do have to re-sign.
Robert Hunt.
Thank you.
Yes. First
Robert
one.
Hunt. Robert Hunt's a legit top 10 guard. I think.
Connor and then Connor.
Josh,
I'm not saying about Connor.
You can
Connor's
replace
not going to be
him
ready towards the end
No,
of the
he's
season.
not going to be ready for
You
October.
don't, Shake. You don't agree with that, or?
No, I agree with you.
Yeah, Robert Hunt.
We're lockstep.
I think I could bring Connor back for 6.5.
If we draft
Go get
Jackson
Penn out
Powers
of
Johnson,
Georgia. Go
I have a
get
question.
Frazier out of West Virginia. You're going to be fine at center. Connor Williams is
You're going to have a chance to get Powers.
He's not even going to play until late October at best.
But you're going to have a chance to get Powers as well.
If we get JPJ,
Well, you do, but
does
Powers
that push
Johnson, I
Connor
think
back
is
to
going
guard?
to be is going to be early second round. I think you need a tackle guard combo. Which I like the kid from Washington for Miami's first round pick because you can trade him. The Dolphins.
They're saying the Jets, Mark. They're saying the Jets are going to take him.
How you doing?
Mark,
they're saying the Jets are going to take that tackle from Washington.
If I make cap money with Baker, Ogba, and Cedric Wilson and restructure homeboy, I'm taking that money and I'm getting a pedigree. I'm getting pedigree O-line. I'm not drafting anyone in the top
There's a
picks.
legend,
Because I'm going to tell you right now, we need a third receiver, and that's Roman Wilson. You can get him with the third round. And I'm telling you right now, that second...
Sharif? What do you think of that kid, Makai Corley, who I think would be really fabulous?
No, from what I've seen on film with Roman Wilson, that's Jarvis Landry.
Yeah,
Roman Wilson.
Version of Jarvis Landry. He's a
really
Roman
Wilson a lot too, man.
From what I've seen from Roman Wilson, we need a third receiver who can stay right there in the slot and eat and get yards with physical running after the catch. You could tell.
All I know is EM got more haters than Phillip Rivers has kids. I tell you that.
You know what, Shay? How come nobody's talking about? How come nobody's talking about just letting X go and getting out of that contract?
Yes, I think they're doing that. Fred, I would let Cater take that spot. I would let Cater take that spot.
Cam Smith needs to be ready for that spot.
Exactly, man.
He needs to win it. He needs to take it from Cater.
Cater
He never saw
he needs to take it
but
from
he was
Xavier
number
Howard.
one. But he was number one in the boundary for 7 weeks last year. I hate when people say that. He was in zone.
Man,
He's trash in zone.
Show me the numbers where he was
trash.
number one
He's
7
trash.
weeks.
He's trash, man. On man
Just look
too,
up
Sharif. I don't know
Arlands.
why
Is
he
it
had-
Arlands? Shake Money. If you look up Arlands, it shows you the top ranked corners from week 1 to 17 last week, and Cater was number 1 for 7 weeks.
Sharif,
My
I
friend.
don't know where Sharif. I don't know where you get with Cater
Arlands.
sticking wide receivers, bro. I don't out on the boundary, bro. I don't know where
Because
you get that from, man.
because he played a man coverage last year, Fred. It's
And he
easy
got
to
toasted,
answer.
bro. He got toasted.
No, sir,
He was
not
toasted
last year, sir.
He was toasted the
No,
year
sir.
before that. Yes, he was, man.
Cater was
Yes,
a
he
rookie last year. What you talking about?
We need to.
Cater was a rookie year before last.
Okay.
I mean, you got regardless. You got to
okay.
draft a corner every year. Every team has to draft a corner every year.
Cater was a rookie
off
off the street last year.
Come off of X
The year
develop
before.
develop Cam
That
Smith,
was his
man.
second year. Last year was his
the whole
second
plan.
year. And he actually
the
took
whole
a
plan.
step back last year.
Oh, yeah, right. I'm talking about. I'm sorry.
Well,
Yes,
they
this
did
year
play Cater
was
on
his
the
second
boundary
year.
instead
So
of in
I'm
the
sorry.
slot where he should have been playing.
Cater was a rookie before that. So in his rookie year, he was number 1. That astounded me when I saw that. And it's in Arlands NFL stats.
He took a step back last year, big time.
No, he went to
Stick with the
zone,
plan.
Todd. He's trash in zone. Put him back where he's number
here's the
1
thing,
in
too.
man. That's
here's
all
the
I'm
thing.
saying.
Well, here's the thing. You got to remember.
I'm not making shit up, man.
Here, look. Here's the thing. His rookie year, the guy who discovered him was he discovered Nick Needham, and he discovered Cater, who was Josh Boyer. Josh Boyer knew how to discover how to find.
I can give Josh
your
that.
favorite quarterbacks. So at the end of the day, it's not hard for me to fathom that a guy who knew how to use him, the guy who knew how to use him left, and all of a sudden he declined because the guy didn't use him properly.
It's a different system,
I want to stick to the plan. You know what I mean? Let Cam Smith pick up from Xavier and Howard, bro. Stick with the plan on that, bro.
Okay, then you save $54 million.
Should be, look, in
but
my
you
opinion,
have to do it after June.
Here's the 4 cornerbacks. You have your 2 boundaries, which would be in a perfect world will be Cam Smith, Jalen Ramsey, and then your 2 slots will be Nick Needham and Cater Kohu.
Yeah,
and then you draft a corner later on.
Who's your boundary corner?
No, I don't think you'd need one. I think Cater will thrive opposite Ramsey.
Smith and Jalen Ramsey.
I don't think so. I think he'll get burned horribly. He's not a boundary corner.
Sir. Because he looked terrible in zone. I agree. Yes, he's going back to something he thrived in.
Diggs killed him.
Yeah, but that was it.
We don't. I think
what did Fangio play this year when we played? What does Fangio play, sir?
Hold on, one mic at a time. Come on, this is too many.
What they're doing is they're zone. Fangio plays zone. Don't bring up no Buffalo game. I'm talking about the year where he played man. Go put him back in what he was used to.
Right.
So
to be
let
fair,
him battle Cam Smith. Let him and save that money. Get a late round corner. You need right now. We need to get defensive ends in those picks, and we need linebackers with those picks, right? And then we need the money we save in all the cuts we talk about. Cutting X, like Fred say, we need to get the top lineman pedigree in the NFL this offseason. Injury, trying to make a career again. Not the Isaiah Wins of the world and the Armsteads of the world. We need to get the best lineman for Tua and use up that $54 million in that. That's what I came to talk about, because we have to go green in 2 areas of the defense. We have to go green, and I think you let Christian walk, you let X walk,
and you also let Armstead go. You know what I'm saying? You let Armstead go. Stop playing around with that right there.
Yeah, but you won't save any money if you cut him.
But Fred, what's the dead cap?
You don't save any money by cutting him. No.
You already know Armstead's going to miss 5-6 games. So why even play with that? You put Kendall Lamb over there and let him hold that down, and you just go with that. But Teron Armstead is definitely going to miss 5 or 6 games. Bro. We already know this. Why?
But Fred, if you're not if you're not saving any money by keeping Teron Armstead, why wouldn't you just keep Armstead, re-sign Lamb, and then draft like a promising tackle in the 4th or 5th round?
Listen,
because we at this point, man, like Armstead, let him go, man. What are you holding on to him for?
Hey, I'm gonna just say this, right?
I can't hold on to the contract.
It's the contract, though, Fred. You're paying him. You're paying him for nothing, then.
Look, we're paying him for nothing when he's here, bro. Paying him when he's here.
Armstead's always going to give you 12 or 13 solid games, dude.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Games,
this
man.
season,
give you 10 games.
He allowed some sacks.
Fred, hold on. Let me explain. Listen, if we're gonna lose the money, if he's not here versus when he's here, we're gonna keep him anyway. So
right.
I'd rather lose the $20 million and have him play 4 games and be productive than lose the same amount of money
and get nothing out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Simple math, Fred.
14.6.
I'm just saying, man. You ain't getting nothing out of him. What are you playing?
What do you mean when you're not getting nothing?
Fred, when he's playing, if he plays 10 to 12 games,
he's the top. He's the top-rated left tackle, Fred.
When he does play, Fred.
He's the top-rated.
He's still one of the premier tackles when he plays, Fred.
What do you
No. He is the top-rated left tackle in 2024. He is him. He is him.
When he only plays 11, 12 games a season, bro.
But you said he was trash. He was number 1, Fred. Not number 2. He was number 1.
Fred, Fred.
I know it pisses you off. He's always hurt.
I thank God you're not. I thank God that.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, Shake, man.
Fred,
we might as well keep him. But look, what I've seen,
he was number 1.
We ran the ball better to the left. We ran the ball better to the left when Kendall Lamb was there, and we struggled when Armstead was there, bro. I seen this.
Now we struggled with the pass.
Hold on. He was. Hold on. That he was. Wasn't he there in the Denver game?
Yes.
Yes. How many yards we got running in the Denver game?
Come on, Shake. I mean, that's
no. No. Come on, nothing. I asked you the question. Was he there at the Denver game? And that was one of our highest rushing games, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Okay, so what are you talking about?
Okay.
And the Giants game,
man. Let me get my point, man. Well, okay, that Denver game. The first game of the season, Shake.
That wasn't the first game of the season, bro.
The Denver game wasn't the first game of the season.
The Chargers.
First game of the season, bro.
Okay, my point. Okay, it was.
That's the one where Tua got his big victory.
With our offense, what we were doing then, Shake, we were just totally unpredictable, man. We could have killed you anywhere. So because we ran good.
Okay, Fred. Fred. We cut Armstead. Okay, so do you have Spotrac pulled up? What is the best left tackle to replace him?
When he gets hurt, man, he's out.
Okay. But we're trying to move on.
Sharif, listen to me.
Let's talk.
He'll miss 3 games, right? Then you'll bring him back when he's not totally ready. You know what I'm saying? Just because it looks like somebody.
All right, what games did he miss?
Protect Tua, bro.
I think he only missed like 3 or 4 games. I think.
I gotta pull up.
That's what I said. He missed 3 games. Missed 3 games. But you bring him back when he's not ready to come back.
What games did he miss? I want to look at the stats,
bro. I don't get it.
No. Fred. All right, now, Fred. Let's talk. Let's talk facts. You want to talk facts? Well, let's talk facts. What games did he miss? And then I'll look
Fred
up
the run
stats of the games he missed.
Shake, I'm gonna tell you, man. I don't know what games he's missed, man.
So how do you know who played when? How do you know if you don't know what games he's missed? How do you know if the run game was better if you don't know the games that he's missed?
Yeah, Fred, you gotta have your receipts.
Because of the games I watched, Shake, when he did play. I'm not sure what teams they would get. I'm just merely stating, man. Like, look, man. The guy only gives you 11, 12 games a season, and you bring him back. You
Fred,
bring him back when he's
Fred,
not even healthy.
Fred, if you
Like,
have
what the
no
fuck? You bring him back
Fred,
when he's not even healthy.
You
if
can't
you
even name
if
a
you have
name,
no
bro.
choice, listen, Fred, if you have no choice and you're going to Subway and you're spending $10, would you rather spend $10 and get your Subway sandwich or spend $10 and have your thumb up your ass?
Send the
I tell
alarm.
you what.
Send the
You're
alarm.
spending the
Penalty in the
$10
building.
regardless,
Okay.
Fred.
All right. When Tua gets broke up, yo, don't give me nothing about left tackle. We shouldn't even have kept
They're
him.
going to bring back Kendall Lamb,
We
though.
shouldn't even
Fred,
kept
Fred,
him.
they're going to bring back Kendall Lamb
But
and
Fred,
draft a tackle,
you
probably.
realize, Fred, you added to the conversation, right? We
We
came
need
across the
Armstead gone,
tackles that
bro.
we decided to keep in or let go. You said Tehran is one. Fine,
Look at
we
this.
just cut him.
So we're
No, okay, so we saved the
we're
money. So okay, so you're gonna use
Not
that
gonna
for
take the
Kendall
money.
Lamb,
Go ahead.
right?
However,
You're gonna
you can
use
get
that for
off
Kendall Lamb.
Armstead, you do that,
Mm,
man. I'm
So
just
for
saying,
Kendall,
you get
okay,
off
so the money
Armstead,
we
man.
cut Armstead, you're gonna use that for Kendall Lamb?
Yeah, I would
Because
do that.
he's
I would do
okay.
that.
So have you seen the left tackles you want to replace that position with as well? Because there's some free agents out there.
Uh,
Because we didn't cut
I
him,
don't know.
right?
I
We
don't know who the
already
free
cut him.
I don't know. I don't know who the free agents are out there, bro. But I'm sticking with
Okay,
Kendall Lamb,
so
bro.
we'll
You
look
know what
at
I'm
the
saying?
free agents a
What we
little
got,
later.
bro?
We'll
What we
look at
got?
we'll look at them a little later. And the
That's
thing
why
is,
we're in the
right?
cap hell now,
We're
going out spending
we're
money for these
we're
high
just
priced dudes, man.
right. We're just sitting here just throwing out like who's gonna have to. We're gonna go young, right? In some areas of the defense and some areas of the offense. I'm figuring we're gonna go very young in receiver next year, right? The Ezekamas of the world, the Roman Wilsons of the world. Cedric is gone. We're gonna go very young with defensive end and very young with the linebackers because Ogba is gone. Cameron Good is gone. Riley's gone. Baker's gone. Bye, Christian Wilkins. And if we get Leonard Davis or if we get the kid Devontae Sweat, we're fine on the side of Silas, right? So if we're going, you get Isiata, you get Gabriel Murphy. There's a couple of other defensive end edge
You
guys.
already know we're getting these guys, Sharif. You already know that,
No,
bro.
I'm just saying. If you
These are your
say
guys you want. Okay, I
no,
get
but
that.
okay,
Okay.
what we've broken down so far is 54 million by Xavier gone, Tehran gone, Baker gone, Christian gone, Ogba gone, Cedric Wilson gone. All right. So what do you want to do with that 54 million, Fred?
Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to upgrade my offensive line, of course.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get me a linebacker. I'm going to go get me another corner.
We got David Long.
You know
We
what
can
I'm
go
saying?
young. We can go young in the draft with that with the
still need another
linebackers.
line. I still need another linebacker,
Hey,
bro.
listen, if we cut Armstead, it's gonna be the year after because we cut Armstead this year. We'll have a dead cap. No, 2024. We're gonna have a dead cap of 24 million and a savings of 3 million. So he's staying on the roster, whether you like it or not. The next year
All right.
will be a little more manageable with 12 million dead cap, and
I
then
was just
and
going
then
with Fred.
2026 will be
Yeah.
6 million dead cap. So yeah,
Right.
$24 million dead cap. No, he's staying put.
All right.
So now we can sign Lamb. We can re-sign
Okay, Shake.
Hunt.
So I want to hear that. So Shake, I want to hear nothing about. I want to hear nothing about next year, man. When you know when
When do you
when
when do I
Armstead
complain about?
Armstead
Let me
can't
ask you,
hold that, bro, and they come around and smash our guys,
Fred,
man.
when
I
do
don't want
I
to hear nothing about the
complain
left
about the
tackle, bro.
offensive line? When have you heard me complain about the offensive line?
Not,
Please bring up the footage.
very seldom, Shake. I don't hear you complain about it, bro. I don't
Exactly.
hear you complain about
It
it,
is
bro.
what it
But
is.
you know, come on, man. You know, I just want
Fred,
something solid over there,
do you
man.
think the
Solid.
offensive line, Fred, do you think the offensive line was like a major problem last year?
No, I don't, man. As a matter of fact, I thought Robert Jones stepped up. I even thought Eichenberg stepped up as center, bro. You know what I mean?
I do
really
too.
did.
Yeah, so I don't think
I thought Austin Jackson stepped up until he got paid.
Well, he got hurt. I think he got hurt towards the end, but he did a fantastic job, dude. I don't.
Yeah,
his
he
hands.
played very.
That's what I'm saying.
The Dolphins,
If
Robert Hunt is re-signed, you have Eichenberg, Jones will be back. They're going to draft a guy or two. Armstead's back, Lamb will be back. It's a good offensive line, dude. I don't.
Yeah, but out of
man,
all offensive line, Fred, Austin Jackson was 18th. Okay, so Don't feel bad. His hands was most violent. If you look at his hands this year, most violent. Able to recover if he drops in or sinks in or drops back too much. His hands is violent.
But
He has one of the
remember
most
he had
violent hands.
Sharif, I didn't know this beforehand, but when he had that bone marrow issue,
Yeah.
and then when he got fully healthy, he was really good.
And by the way, like I said, my thing is to draft a true center. We could put Eichenberg at guard, and then draft a guy who's eventually going to take over for Armstead. So when we do move off of him,
right? Yeah,
he's a plug and play.
That can be Jordan, the kid we can get in the 5th round. I forgot.
There's a lot of good linemen in this draft, man.
Yeah, there's a Jordan kid who's about 6'7".
You can get also good offensive linemen in the later rounds too, man. You know, they are out there, man. They really are.
We've already used $34 million because we re-signed Lamb and we re-signed Hunt, right? So if let's say we shake down Tyree, so that's $34 million. It's now 17 million, right? Okay, so you got 17 million. 17 million. Yeah, man.
Shake down Tyreek, okay.
So you got 17 million back on top of
Well, you're not
of the
really
30.
shaking Tyreek. What you're doing is you're stretching out his money.
No, you're really not, for true. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think, man,
you
Shake money freeze.
So what happens
say,
is you
say it again, Shake. You froze.
Like Dominic and Sue. We could move. We'll pay like maybe 5 or 10 million while he's off the team, like we did with Sue. We paid him like 3 years after we cut him.
Right. That's what we did with Fuller, by the way. That's why it pisses me off with Fuller. Because he didn't decide he wanted to retire and he made it up in the air. That money got pushed back because he never eligible. He never really
prolong
played.
his contract.
Okay, so
and add voidable years
with Phillips and Chubb going probably till November of next year. What do we do in the meantime, bro? How do we fix
we
that?
have to go green, Fred.
Day one.
This is what I'm saying now. I'm studying the linebackers. I'm studying the defensive ends. I'm studying Javonte Sweat. I'm studying Leonard Taylor. Because my thing is, when Christian walks, boom. Okay, Leonard Taylor thrives on the side of Zach Sealer, right?
I don't mind that either.
Right, and my thing is, you get Isiata or you get Gabriel Murphy. You can get him in the late 4th round or 5th from Missouri. You can get it's a lot more kids, 6'3", 6'4", 270. They're coming out. My thing is, you gotta cut Cameron Good as well. You gotta cut Keon Crossan. So you're gonna get some other monies in there that you're gonna cut.
Wait, why are you cutting Cameron Good? You don't cost that much.
Injury
What do you
settlement.
mean? Hold on. Oh, Chubb's got a even more serious injury, bro. He's had two knee problems, bro.
Well, Cameron Good ain't coming back before them. Remember, he got hurt backing them up. So
was Cam Good's injury serious? Was it serious injury?
He tore his ACL, bro.
He went off on the cart, bro.
Oh, okay.
He ain't coming back into. He ain't gonna play. He ain't playing. So injury settlement. We need that roster spot.
Chubb also went off on the Cubs on a cart. So
that's late October.
Is more serious, man.
Phillips is late October and Chubb is late October.
Shout out to Utah fans on the Twitter side, man. Appreciate you, brother.
If they come back, they're gonna gingerly bring them back till like December, probably. So that's a season basically gone for them.
Yeah.
If you get 2 sacks out of Chubb or Phillips, that's because they came in the garbage time.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Didn't Cam Akers, that running back for the Rams, come back like in 5.5 months from a torn Achilles?
Yeah,
dude,
but
the medical science is a lot better these days, bro.
Yeah, man. Like I know Phillips ain't gonna be out like a whole year, dude. That's not gonna happen.
think of Kevin Durant.
Not a whole year, man. But Achilles is serious, man.
They say he might be back. They say that he might be back by
he gonna be himself.
The earliest.
He gonna be himself in 2025. Chubb gonna be himself in 2025. That's how I look at it. That's after next season.
Yeah, but again, if they use him as a defensive end and just make him just listen, you only have one job.
Right.
Go after the quarterback. Don't worry about pass coverage.
Yep.
Don't worry about this. Just
And that's
put
perfect
your
for this
hands
defense.
go after the quarterback. He'll be fine.
Right. Because what I'm gonna do is you're gonna have Fred on the side of me. And I'm just gonna hold up the left tackle, and Shake Money is probably gonna game or stun. This is the dancing seven. And what the offensive line has to do, the captain of the O-line has to make the checks and the balances before the clock counts down. And normally when we send seven, they never figure that out. I've never seen them figure it out. We always get somebody to the quarterback. And the thing is, when is the last time our defense has been fun on third down, guys? We welcome the zero blitz back. The shit was fun on third down to watch our defense. Our
That game
defense,
plan, that
I
game plan that
love it.
Boyer had against Josh Allen was excellent, man. They were blitzing every single down from every direction. Josh Boyer was in that playoff game.
And by the way, so y'all know, once we do once free agency comes to a wrap, whatever, and we got all our free agents and we know what kind of direction we're going in, I'm going to be doing a Monday call-in show where it's going to be like an hour or two where I'm taking one caller at a time, and we're going to be doing mock, give everybody a chance to do their own mock drafts live on the Fins Tailgate.
Oh, right on.
And you can do, and Josh Allen, I'll even let you do one for the Bills.
Right on.
I'm
down for that, man.
Make me have to go in, you're gonna make me have to go into college shape and check these guys out, bro. So I'll be scouting, bro. I'll be scouting.
What's up, Craig? How you doing, man?
I'm already knee
That's
deep.
pretty good. I wanted to counteract the guy that said about Phillips being November. Dan Marino tore his Achilles way back in 1993. He was back game 1, 1994, against the Patriots and tore them up for like 400 yards.
But I'm saying, but when did he tear his Achilles though? Well, it was early in the season,
like the fifth game.
Yeah, so
that was like 30 years. I mean, it's 30 years ago. The technology now is just way.
Yeah.
Like I said, Cam Akers
will be back.
Yeah, Phillips will be back, man. Especially because Phillips is what, 24 years old.
Yeah,
he'll heal quicker. He already showed one time he's walking around with a cane and stuff. No, I'm just saying, like he said, modern technology is wonderful. And hey, if Marino can do that, God, and he was what? He was like, wasn't he like 30, 31 when that happened?
Dude, Aaron Rodgers was like jogging around like 3 months afterwards, man.
But bro, you don't have 320-pound guys pushing you, man, this way and that way.
You have 320-pound guys tackling you.
I understand what you're saying, Fred. I'm just saying it's not going to be like 12 months, dude. It's not going to be that long.
I don't care, man. With that Achilles, man, that's going to always be with them, bro. Always.
Oh yeah, it'll always be with him.
He'll limp the rest of his life.
But I'm just saying, some people are acting like, oh, it'll be. I'm telling you, he's going to be back. Not saying game 1, but he will be back earlier than anticipated. Chubb, I don't know about.
So apparently the Dolphins hired Ryan Crow as their outside linebackers coach.
I know nothing about him. Can anybody fill me in on him?
I'll look him up right now.
I'm still waiting for Channing Tindall to do something, man. That guy was he was super talented at Georgia, but he was also surrounded by a lot of great players at Georgia.
I think Channing Tindall will. The only thing that might save him are those injuries.
Right.
But otherwise, I think if they can find a player to, I think he's got to be gone. He's going year 3. I mean, this is it.
Usually year 3 is the breaking point. Either step up or that's it, you know.
Well, what's up with Aubrey Miller, bro? What's up with Aubrey Miller?
Oh, the guy from Jackson State? The linebacker.
Yeah, what's the rap on him? Yeah.
I always thought, at least when I read up on him last year before the draft, is he's more of a thumper. He's not really a guy that has a lot of speed and space and stuff. So
Yeah.
he might be just one-dimensional as a linebacker. Channing Tindall, I think he ran like 4.4 at the combine, man. Some ridiculous 40.
Yes, he
What's
did.
the rapper? What's the rapper on Channing Tindall, man? What is it that
I mean, he's got raw talent. It's just this is it. This is year 3. He's got to step up, man. That guy was a third-round pick.
What do you mean step up? He hasn't even been used, bro. What you mean? Like, what's the rap on him?
He's got to earn. He's got to earn a start. He's got to earn a starting spot this year, Fred.
Listen, Fred. He said himself, even after year 1, he said, "I don't even understand the playbook."
Right.
Okay.
That's common for young guys. You know.
But now year 2, he said the same thing. He said, "I've struggled with the playbook." Well,
All right, real quick. All right. So Ryan, he's been. It looks like he's been with the Tennessee Titans. He started in 2018 as a defensive assistant coach, then a defensive assistant coach, then a assistant special teams coach, then outside linebackers coach. And 22 he was outside. So after that, he was outside linebackers coach from 21 to 23 for the Tennessee Titans.
okay. So he's got
we'll get a guy a chance. We'll get a guy a chance, man. You know, that's all we can do.
Fred, it's the same thing in Buffalo with Kyrie Elam, man. Kyrie Elam has to either shit or get off the pot, man. Earn a starting job, or that's it, bro. Like usually year 3, that's when guys make or break their career.
I mean, well, Elam, man. You know, I'm not a Buffalo Bills fan. I hope Elam shits the bed. Tell you the truth, though.
But it's
that's
just
being a fan, man. You know.
Hey, Fred, we'll trade you Elam for Tyndall.
Yeah, I go with another secondary dude. Yeah.
And by the way, Josh Allen, how was that offensive lineman you got from Florida last year?
Oh, Richard Garage?
Yeah.
Or you mean Osiris Torrance? He was awesome, dude. He made all rookie team. I have no idea why the Dolphins. I would have taken him, man. I would have taken that guy. I would have combined Torrance with Robert Hunt, and I would have had the best guards in the NFL if I was the Dolphins.
Yeah, like why the Dolphins
that kind of
always
hurts me a
having
little bit when a Florida Gator becomes a Buffalo Bill.
Why the Dolphins always having shit to bed when it comes to offensive line?
But it depends on Cam Smith, though. If Cam Smith, turns into this real good corner, then it won't really matter, you know. So,
what's up, villain? How you doing, brother?
I really do. I believe in Cam Smith.
Chilling like a villain. What's going on, villain? Yeah.
So I think we got to make some decisions, and I think it's going to start like with Chubb and Phillips. But I think Phillips will be fine. Chubb, I don't know about ACLs, but we got to make decisions, and then you got, and I know shaking that like even with our quarterback, and he didn't bring a backup. I'm telling you, I've said this, and some of you guys have heard. I like the guy from Cincinnati, not Burrow, but his backup.
Jake Browning?
I would bring
Browning.
He really amazed me. Yeah, but he did good.
Those receivers for the Bengals are ridiculous.
Is he a free agent?
Smart shapes and T. Higgins, man.
I did see Jake Browning, man, make plays, bro. You know, I forget what Cincinnati game it was.
That's who El Capitan wants. He wants Jake Browning.
He was really coming through in that game, man. The guy had real awesome ability, man. I thought Jake Browning did, and the guy showed heart when he got that, when he had to run for that touchdown, man. He showed heart on that. You could tell he was scared, but he like, fuck that for the team. He made one of those for the team moves, and that was it, man. I like that.
Shake, can I ask you a question?
What's up? Hey, Richard McLean, what's going on? What's going on, brother? How you doing? What's up, Craig?
Would you maybe, not necessarily the first round, but maybe the second round, would you draft a quarterback to say, okay, Tua, this is it? This could be your, you know what I mean?
As far as drafting another quarterback?
Yes.
No, not this year, because, look, we have the thing about drafting a quarterback competition next year it's a bad year. We have cap issues, and we have limited picks. So
Okay, I know. I was
we had
just
more picks,
wondering.
had we had more picks, then yeah, I would consider it. But at the end of the day,
Yeah.
I think we need to fill in more. There's more positions to fill this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
So
know
maybe
what
next
you're
year,
saying,
but
man.
not this
Well,
year.
the other thing I've said, I think we trade back.
Yeah.
Don't stay at 21. Trade back to like 27, 28, 29, and then you can assemble a bunch of picks.
Yeah, and Q is right. Well, look, at the end of the day, I know Skylar Thompson didn't win out the third job. Maybe they wanted him. What I'm thinking about is maybe they wanted Skylar Thompson to get a full year of the mental, because Skylar Thompson he has the physical abilities. When he was out there, his mental wasn't right. Maybe they wanted him to get his mental game right, and
Right.
maybe he'll. I think he'll be the second string quarterback next year.
Yeah,
Skylar Thompson.
You know what, Shake? I don't understand that, man. You bring him over from the Jets where he didn't do anything over there at the Jets, man, and you
Well,
automatically give him
he won
the
some games
second
with the
job there.
Jets. That's why.
Okay, well,
He did win
Skyler
some
won a
games.
pretty important game for us, man. So you
One
just
game.
I think you just go,
Over
huh?
one game with no touchdowns. I mean,
Okay,
I'm not going to take away his
and he was
Buffalo game.
competitive, and he was competitive in the playoff game.
That was pretty much the only game he was pretty much
Okay, but what
competitive
did
in.
Mike White do? Shit? What did Mike White ever do for you? Well, you know what I mean? He played
But he played.
maybe
I'm
three
telling
good
you, he won
games,
some
man.
games for he won some games for the New York Jets with less talent than we have.
Yeah, they just took a flyer on him, and he showed some flashes with the Jets. They're like, okay, let's take a flyer on the guy.
Listen,
So you
It wasn't
bring him
even.
in here and give him
this is what you
give him the
you
backup
got to do,
job,
right?
man.
With
I
the
thought that was
quarterback
wrong.
position,
I thought that was
you
bullshit.
Fred, you got to jump on the opportunity what Chicago is giving you, right? Chicago's gonna either have to cut Fields by March or April, or they're gonna have to let him go for a very low pick, because they're
Right.
not gonna have 3 or 4 starting quarterbacks on their team. They're just not gonna do that. So my thing is, if Chris is smart, he can dangle Xavier Howard, who has 1 more year left. He can dangle Cedric Wilson and Ogba, who has a year. Just dangle.
Okay.
Hey, we can give you these guys. You give us Fields. We'll take that 4.5 million contract off your hand as a backup to Tua. And
Right.
then you can give us a couple more picks later rounds, and we'll give you the late fourth or late fifth for Justin Fields, and take that off your hands. But by the way, if you want Ogba, or if you want one of these Cedric Wilson, you got to give us a couple more picks. So that the perfect scenario for me is if Tua happens to get hurt, Justin Fields is in waiting with a nice rookie deal still in place. It's not hurting him if he backs up. He's not pouting because he's backing up. He realizes that Chicago is moving on. That's the
Well, bro,
perfect scenario for backup.
it hasn't
We're not training
it hasn't even been proven to me that Fields is better than Skylar Thompson, bro. Has he proved that to you that he's better
We
than
ain't asking
Skylar
that
Thompson?
question. We want a backup, right?
Right.
Let them, that's their problem, Skylar and Fields. We're not worrying about who's number one. Let Skylar and Fields worry about that. Let them figure that out.
You're not understanding my question, bro. You're not understanding my question.
What's your question,
I'm saying,
Fred?
are you so sure that Justin Fields is a more capable quarterback than Skylar Thompson, bro? We haven't seen Skylar Thompson
I
like
really
that.
don't care. I want him in camp as the backup. That's all I know.
It's an insurance policy, Fred.
I let them figure that out in camp, Fred. Why you hurting your head?
Look, man.
Because
That's for them to figure out in camp.
How you doing, brother?
Just write off Skylar Thompson, bro. Okay, I get it.
Fred, what he's saying is, if I'm hearing it right, what if Tua goes down for 4 or 5 games?
Just for backup. I understand that, man. Just in case, just for emergency, But ain't that what your backup is for, bro? For the emergency, ain't it his job to come in?
Well, Skylar will play his way above Fields.
Let me tell you what I love what Jimmy Johnson and Flores did. They always said that's up to him. It's up to him. It's you know how much I love that. That means in practice, if you tear up ass, you will play.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I love about Jimmy Johnson and Flores. Go ahead.
All I know is, look, if Skyler was so terrible, like Jermaine says, he was bad in preseason. So was Mike White. Tua didn't play lights out in preseason. No one plays great in preseason. At the end of the day, if he was such a bad quarterback, they would have moved off with Skyler Thompson. He was a 7th round rookie. They could easily cut him.
That's all I'm saying, Shake. That's all I'm saying, Shake.
With repercussions. So at the end of the day, there's people that hate Tua, and I'll admit that. And there's people that hate Skyler. So it is what it is.
Listen, I don't hate either, but here's my question to you guys. Say we get Fields, okay? Just a hypothetical. And say Fields wins number 2. And say, God forbid, Tua goes down 5-6 games. Who would you trust more? Would you trust Fields or would you trust Skylar Thompson?
I just look at it as 2 lottery tickets. It's 2 lottery tickets.
What gets me right is if McDaniel can come in here right with Bevel and work on Tua, and Bevel has worked with Hall of Famers, Darrell Bevel. Why can't the same thing happen with Justin Fields and Skyler?
Well, he asked the question. He did ask the question. Who would you go with?
Again,
I say because of the experience, I say you go with Fields, man. You know.
Again,
I would let Darrell Bevel do his job. Let McDaniel do his job and work on Fields.
Everybody knows that Justin Fields is going to Pittsburgh. That's where Justin Fields is going. Justin Fields is going to Pittsburgh. That's all.
Pittsburgh may give up more. You think so, Shake?
Sharif, then you want him.
That's where Justin Fields is going.
Why not?
Justin Fields.
Why not just have him work on Skylar Thompson, bro?
Because 2 lottery tickets is better than 1, Fred.
You're jumping on an opportunity, Fred. Chicago is not keeping Fields, right? And I'm gonna argue that Rudolph had a good 7-game stretch.
Bingo.
I don't think you're just
Skylar Thompson in the practice squad.
I don't think you're just taking Rudolph's job if you saw how he played down the stretch. You ain't just taking Rudolph's job. Justin Fields, you're not taking Rudolph's job. Sorry, he played well down the stretch.
Yeah, but I don't think Rudolph. They're not just giving that.
Moving on with the Pittsburgh thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he played well.
No, he did. I'm saying they're not just gonna count on Rudolph. They're gonna bring in somebody else.
Yeah, but Fields is not taking Rudolph's job. According to how Rudolph played, he played well down the stretch.
Yeah, whether it's Fields or not, I'm just saying the Steelers are going to bring in.
Fields ain't taking that though. So this is what I'm saying. Fields has a better chance competing with Skyler. Sorry, Fields, you ain't that good. We trying to let McDaniel work with you. So you have to jump on the opportunity.
I just hate to see our guys we let go to the team and win Super Bowls, man. And we had them right there, and we just didn't choose to use them. They go somewhere else and win a fucking Super Bowl. Wes Welker, for instance.
What's going on, Q? How you doing?
What's good, Shake? What's good, everybody?
What's going on, man?
Hey, Q.
What's up, Q? What's up, Todd? You got Todd? No,
I think he left.
Okay, what up? What up, Sharif? What up, Josh Allen? What up, Craig?
What's up?
Fred?
What's up? The Lion.
What up, brother?
What's up, buddy?
Man, I just came up. Who asked that question? If Tua went down, God forbid, who would you trust more, Skyler or
Justin? Which one of them asked that, man? Which one of them?
I would go with Skyler because Skyler knows the system. Skyler knows the system. He's been in the system longer.
Thank you, Q. Thank you.
Yeah, but that wouldn't prevent you from getting Fields, though. Why would that prevent you from getting Fields?
A lot of people.
No.
Don't like Skylar Thompson. A lot of people in the fan base don't like Skylar Thompson only because they because people. Let's face it, because Pete.
They said he was
QB1
a year ago.
It's anti-tour. Yeah, it's anti-tour talk. When you talk Skyler, it gives off the vibe that it's
He was
anti-tour.
QB1.
You know what I mean? Shake?
Reason started that propaganda against Skyler.
Hold on. Go ahead, Q. What you say?
Q, Fred, I agree with both of y'all. I think we gotta get
Skyler's
Skyler.
QB1. No,
Skyler's got to get more reps because
No, I'm not saying he's QB1. I'm saying.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just
saying if Tua goes down, I trust Skyler more because he's been in the system longer. He's been around the players. He's got that chemistry. Justin Fields just got here.
Simple as that. Simple as that.
That's respectable. That's respectable. But once again,
no, it's not respectable. It's logical.
You would have off
season. Way to go.
You would have off-season invite camp. You would have mini camp. You would have training camp. You'd have preseason to prove it.
Not enough to make up the experience that Skyler gained within the offense.
We don't know that. We can't say that. We can't say that. We can't say that. We can't say that.
All I know is when Tua sat down because he was ahead of the game, right? Mike White came in, threw a pick six. Mike White came in and started throwing interceptions. So
I don't think that person's going to let you inside.
Mike White got paid more to
someone knocking on the door.
So he was playing like trash in trash time. Usually quarterbacks
that's my thing. You're not gonna draft another quarterback because you already have Skyler, and he's he's still developing. And I think the best way to go is to get rid of Mike White. If you want to get a new quarterback, get rid of Mike White and sign a quarterback from free agency.
Yeah.
And by the way, Mike
or trade.
If you cut Mike White, he doesn't have dead cap. Mike White's dead cap is maybe like $1 million or something like that if you cut him. So
I'm actually looking at Joe Milton. I'm looking at Joe Milton from Tennessee.
Another player.
That's a project.
He's got a cannon. Joe Milton.
Rather have that extra player than Mike White. Another player than any.
So you want Skyler to compete with Joe Milton? So you want they want it to be easy. They wanted to be easy for Skyler.
Yeah, right now.
Skyler started last season.
Joe Milton don't know anybody on his team, bro. He's not familiar with anybody on his team already going into next year.
How many games did he start to finish the season? 3? And then he went into the playoffs. Skyler.
Hey man,
and that playoff thing.
Listen, man. The conversation, gentlemen, fins up, right? The conversation was about $54 million we saved by cutting Baker. We cut Armstead. We cut Xavier Howard. We cut Ogba, Cedric Wilson, and they're gone, right? So we have the money to use. We resign Lamb and we resign Robert Hunt. Right, we let Christian Wilkins walk, so we have $34 million left. My thing is now, I'm not gonna sit here and talk about Skyler all night, man. You either get Fields, or you go get Browning, or you get one of these guys, because we have other positions we gotta talk about.
I concur.
For real.
You're gonna have to give up an arm and a leg for Fields, and I don't think Miami's willing to do that.
So okay, we gonna get Browning. Okay, we gonna bring Browning here or Joe Milton.
Hey, by the way, let me ask you this, Q. I brought this up. I brought this up because I wanted to get your reaction. What do you think of the Steelers trading for Fields?
I think that's probably what they're going to do. I can see that. I can see that happening for sure.
They'll have a draft. Dude, they got.
But I want it to be a legit quarterback competition, not just Fields come in and he's the guy. No, he needs to earn that.
That's what old school. Give me a competition.
You know what? The reason I like that is because look what the offensive corner you got was
Arthur Smith,
the guy who took Tannehill to a championship. You know what I mean?
Arthur Smith. Yeah.
So. He took and you guys got I heard you guys got Hines Ward is your wide receivers coach now.
That's I heard too, but I'm not confirmed on it. I don't know if you confirmed on it, Shake, but I'm not confirmed on it.
I'm watching on social media.
But I heard
He's the wide receivers coach.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. If Hines Ward is in the building, that's exactly what Pickens needs. George Pickens. That's exactly the kind of guidance he needs right now.
That's a family-owned operation over there, man. Pittsburgh knows what's up.
Yep.
But I don't know if I would get Fields. But you know what? I mean, what was that quarterback? Cordell Stewart?
Yeah.
They messed around with him.
Yeah,
Cordell Stewart. Yep. In the 90s. He's like the Miami Dolphins' Cleo Lemon.
Early 2000s, late 90s. Yeah.
Are you guys giving your running back the 5th-year option this year or no?
Who that? Najee?
Harris.
Najee. I don't know. I haven't heard any news on that, but they need to sign him. He's had a consecutive 1,000-yard seasons on his resume at this point. They need to sign him.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh is bolstering up their offensive line. They've been bolstering it up the last couple of years, so they're growing together.
Yeah, that's the main thing on offense. It's the O-line.
Mm-hmm. And you know what's funny is I was talking to my buddy, one of my coworkers. He's a Steelers fan. And I get all my information from him because he's from Pittsburgh, and he listens to all the Pittsburgh radio. And I was talking to him. It's funny that look, until everybody wants to complain about how Mike Tomlin isn't getting over the hump, or whatever. But you know, people don't realize Bill Cowher wasn't getting over the hump either until he got Big Ben.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people don't realize when Mike Tomlin took over the organization as head coach, he got the guy, what's his name, Bill Cowher's guys. You know what I'm saying? The team that Bill Cowher built, he sort of got that team. And so at this point, this is really Mike Tomlin's team
and his coaches.
And so that and his coaches. And so that the old players that were Cowers and the coaches that were Cowers, like Dick LeBeau, they're gone. So this is a fast rebuild. And I'm looking at this rebuild, and I'm really I'm really amazed at how quick they really got the players together and the coach. It's just just the small details that they need to work on. But Mike Tomlin's doing a really good job.
And one thing I do know, I read, I was, I do my insomnia. I do reports around the NFL. Art Rooney said that he's gonna be in, like when they did the offensive coordinator, he's gonna be in on it. But ultimately, Mike Tomlin is gonna have the final say of who he wants. It's not like one of those organizations or the owner dictates who or the GM dictates who the coach is hiring on his staff. And I think
that's a real owner right there, man.
That's right. That's why he's not a Dallas Cowboy owner. But
shot fired.
That's the real America's team right there. That's the Steelers, bro. I have to say that.
But guess what, right? Even after
Art Rooney's dad, he said
America's team at one time.
No. So, when the Cowboys came on the scene and everybody was like, you know what, Cowboys are America's team, and Art Rooney's dad, you know what, they can be America's team. We're the world's team.
Yeah, that was.
I heard it.
That was funny.
I heard.
But guys,
I actually read it. The NFL came to the Steelers first to be called America's team. The Steelers turned it down, and then they went to the Cowboys. So it was the Steelers first.
And who's is that you Q beating on the mic? Like.
Hey, my bad. Y'all hear that shit? No, I'm just tapping. I'm rolling up something good right now. I'm about to smoke up and then chill for a bit.
Oh man,
it is smoke lounge.
Hey,
my bad.
We still need a center. We still need a center because we signed Hunt and Lamb. We don't have a center, so we got 34 million left. X is gone. You know, the veterans are gone.
But that's not going to be post June 1st.
Right. And so, but Ogba's gone too. Cedric Wilson is gone. Baker is gone. I guess you can cut Riley Crossan. And so you still got like maybe 40 million. You got to get a center because I think with the torn ACL.
I like the kid from Oregon.
I
Ben
like
Johnson,
Powers.
I think he'd be
Yeah,
a
I like
starting
Powers.
center.
Mark Scott, really good.
But nobody has like the free agent list of the best centers.
Well, we got one.
We well he won't be back until like December, man.
Right. Well, I could break it for that spot, don't you think?
No. Eichenberg belongs as backup. He belongs in the Jesse Davis service backup role.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
His tape,
that I agree
his
with.
tape
I agree.
is terrible on all 22. He's a moving skate. You ever see a guy get? He's on the ground more than anything, man. That's all I'm gonna put it.
Hey Craig. What's the practice squad center's name, bro? I think I seen his like I seen him one game he had to come in that he may have had to come in when Eichenberg got dinged up a little.
It's either Olave or Cotton.
Nah, this guy was number 60, man. I didn't get his name, but Eichenberg was only out for a play, man, and he came in for
Harris. The Harris kid.
X Factor. I am all in for the center from
West Virginia.
That's West Virginia.
Yeah.
West Virginia. Damn. I'll look him up real quick.
Well, who was
Thomas Nails, Hall of Player, limped off after getting injured during a game, so the team didn't have to burn a timeout. So yeah, man, Thomas Nails, yeah, he did. He walked off the field, and so they didn't have to burn. Depends on the moment, but yeah, how close was
the thing is that it may be a down year for us. I don't know, because we got a lot of tough decisions to make. Especially with some key guys injured. If it is a down year, I mean, could you say we go 8, 9, 9, and 8 because of like all these guys that are injured that aren't coming back? Could you logically say, "Oh, we'll fire Mike McDaniel and Chris Greer"? Or would you say, "Well, we had cap issues," and what would be your feeling?
That's every coach's, every manager's, GM's, anybody's position, every single position outside of being a player. If you're the groundskeeper, if you're the equipment coach, everything's gonna come into play. And you only go as far as what the organization believes in, and if that coach is still there, or if they're gonna, things are gonna change. Things always change.
I'm not giving Greer or McDaniel no out because of that. Because this is what your general manager do. These situations happen, man. Your team's supposed to be ready for shit like this, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how many players go down, man. Your team's supposed to be ready, and your roster's deep enough, man, to still be able to compete. I'm not giving them no out on it.
Okay, because we can't keep going through coaches every 2 to 3 years. Because then it's going to be, then we got to start over. And we got to start over. Oh, he's not going to want this guy and that guy.
I mean, if you honestly think about it, though, for a quick second, that's been happening for over 20 years, not just with our organization, but every organization. The only coaches that ever stay are ones that are champions, and then after that, they lose their assistants or different coordinators or whatnot, and they're gone too. They go on taking different positions to try to be another winner and try to build their resume. You go elsewhere to build your resume.
So his name is Zach Frazier. Zach Frazier is the guy, the center from
from West Virginia.
Yeah,
West Virginia.
Okay.
It's
frustrating.
I'm gonna pull up the guys right now.
That if we don't have a good year, everybody's gonna say fire Mike McDaniel and get rid of Tua and get rid of Chris Greer. That's fine if we get. But then what if in 3 years? What if that doesn't work out? Then we got to go through this crap again.
Well, here's why I can rebuttal it.
Been doing it for 20 years, bro.
We're gonna do it because that's what's gonna happen. Is if we don't win, and you know what? Honestly, it's either that or if you don't make a change, then everybody's going to be bitching about the fact that you didn't make the change. So you do it or you
Yeah.
don't. So
Yeah.
you
So
got to
he's
kind of do it.
See,
he's
that's
6'3".
why. That's why I said.
This guy's hold on real quick. The guy is 6'3", 311 pounds.
A center.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
And see, my thing
So
is
big
right.
boy. I'll
If
tell
you
ya.
wait, if you
West
and I
Virginia.
think this is an opportunity because they got a kid. I forgot his first name. Jordan,
How's his
6'7".
hands?
They said he can come. He can come in and he can spell Lamb and Armstead, right? And then Armstead leaves next year after this coming season. This kid Jordan, he already has the big quickness, as they say. He's big, and for his size, he moves. So and then the center,
I'm convinced.
Powers can play guard until when Connor comes back, he can
What do we
transition
got?
over
Number
to guard, and
22,
then if
23?
Connor leaves,
Yeah, but what
right?
if they
Yeah,
draft a center?
that's Powers right there.
That's him,
You
Okay,
get
right?
you
Powers
get
of the kid
yeah.
I like from Oregon, Johnson. Okay, so they draft a center. Well, then wouldn't you think Connor Williams is basically out the door?
No, this
Correct.
kid is a center. Connor can go back to natural
Let
guard,
him,
and he comes back in 2025.
Okay,
or
well,
he
yeah,
can learn
So, but
behind him.
that's bearing that we signed Connor. Connor's a free agent. Remember,
yeah,
we need a center. See, we're
gotcha.
Connor's
trying to
getting
go through this
14 million
right.
a year is what Connor's getting, right? So
No,
what does it take to keep
11.2.
him?
No, he's getting 11.2. He said that's all he's getting. He's
I
asking to
just
get
checked
top
it.
money. So is Lamb.
Damn.
Lamb is asking to get arbitrational increase.
Oh, that
Kendall
was
Lamb
Wilkins getting
is a free
14.
agent.
Holy shit! Hey
Wilkins is
man, I'm watching
currently
these
at
highlights of
14.
him. I'm watching the highlights of Zach. This guy's he's putting the guys that are like twice his size defensive tackles on their ass, bro.
The center
Yeah,
Yeah, the center. He's mauling, bro.
from West
I
Virginia.
yeah.
wonder what
Powers.
round he's
Yeah.
projected in.
He's projected to go either between 30 and 40. Powers.
That's our first rounder. That's your first rounder, and I can agree with that 100%. Because I've listened to everybody's arguments since this episode started,
Well,
and I know,
if he
Hey,
and I can
shake, hey,
agree.
shake, hey, shake, shake, hey, shake. Is he getting to the next level on linebackers, bro? They showing any of that
Well, no,
at
listen,
311 pounds, bro?
he's wrestling up. He's not getting to the second level, but at the same time, bro, he's
Yeah.
the guys he's going up against are like twice his size, bro. He's putting them
And
on
now
their ass.
they,
He's keeping
and
them.
are
He's
you
keeping
watching
them
like
at bay.
blitz highlights?
So
Like, was he pass D or pass? I mean,
No, pass.
passive.
This is pass.
That's all I got then, because that's what we do. We
I'm
don't
trying to
run.
trade.
I don't know why, but Mike McGee doesn't want to freaking run the ball apparently, unless and
All
then
we
you
got
don't
is
run it
6
when we
picks,
need
dude.
to. Just runs
I'm
it.
trying to
Yep.
I mean,
trade.
random.
Listen, man. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
we got
trade with
one. We
Philly.
got a first, a second, a fifth. Oh no, we got one. We got first round, a second
1,
round,
2,
fifth round,
5,
2
6,
6, no, 1
7.
6 and 2 7s. We got 2 7, no,
Wow.
2 6 and
Listen.
That's
1
why
7.
I'm saying I think you trade
1,
down.
2, 5, 6, double
Yeah.
7.
To me, I think you try to wiggle a trade out of Xavier or Ogba, and you can wiggle that to Chicago and just get Fields for nothing. I think you could, because remember now, once Chicago get those contracts,
See, you're going
they
back
can
to the
just
quarterback. You said you don't want to talk about quarterback, and I'm just telling you right now,
no.
that's the reason why we brought up Skyler.
But see, we can get
Yeah, it's not
without
gonna happen.
cutting them. We can
Hey,
get.
listen,
You said you want picks, but
listen,
see, we want something
at the end
too.
of the day, look, at the end of the day, Justin Fields ain't coming to Miami.
I concur.
I'm willing to bank that.
Exactly.
Well,
He's not
I
coming
will
to Miami.
try to still dangle them out there
Nobody
to
else,
get.
no new quarterbacks are coming to Miami. We got what we got, and that's what we get. And that, and you
Exactly.
know what?
I would
That's
still
what
try to
it
dangle
is.
out there Xavier and Ogba to see what I can get, because
I mean,
I want picks.
but not for a
But if I
quarterback.
can't get that, I'm trying to work a deal with Houston. Houston has a bunch of picks. Looking at Philly right now, Philly has a bunch of 6th round picks.
Houston's gonna look to Bills real quick. Phillies
So
needs to
my thing
fucking
is,
fix some shit.
if someone wants that 21st pick, I'll drop down to 25 where Green Bay is. I can drop down to 29 where Detroit is. I can drop down to 31 where San Fran or Kansas City is. My thing is, you got to give me at least 2/3, 2 seconds, or something in the future very high. But I want
I agree.
I want two or something now. I'll drop down a couple of picks in the first
Right.
round.
I say stick with what we got and our everything going. Make the it's too bad that we gotta see. That's why I hate the fact that it works this way. Like free agency, and then we get the draft. It's like, no, I want to draft and then free agency because that way
That's
I
why I
can.
say.
I
That's
mean,
why I'm saying by March we're probably going to
Kind of
see.
like how they do it in the NBA.
yeah. It's kind of backwards, but they do it like this meticulously. It's they do this so that you
Do you
gotta
realize
play
that the
it
NFL
in this,
has been
and that
basically the
only
Academy of?
causes.
They've
I was just
become the
about to throw out
Academy
there that
Awards. Yeah, they've become the Academy
right,
Awards to every event they
well,
do.
right,
They
but that's
can
the
do
thing,
that.
and I was about to say is that the only reason I dislike it is because it works so much better the other way around for
Look,
every team to actually
it's
do
gonna be
something
an
good.
event, man. It's become an event because
Yeah,
next, I'm already telling you right now, fans want football again, but we gotta watch Kansas City and San Fran. It's a dying. It's like we need football again, and so what they're
oh, we
gonna do
totally.
is they're gonna
I need my
throw in
team.
this.
I need my
I didn't
Dolphins.
watch any of the skills bullshit on Pro Bowl, but they're gonna sprinkle. Hey, get the skill. Watch these guys try to snap balls through a little hole. Like I was freaking laughing myself off. They got Kelsey and the top centers trying to snap balls through a little hole. Are you kidding me? Nah, you're
I
not
thought
gonna.
it was better when they actually wore helmets and actually played, and then
Why didn't they do the Oklahoma drill and just do the freaking?
I mean that flag football bullshit. I was just like, what?
Oh
Where's
no,
the
man.
tackling?
They supposed to do the Oklahoma drill with like the top defenders against the top O linemen
I
right off
mean,
the
I
bat.
understand you don't want players injured, but it's like
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, I agree. No, it was yeah.
then
But
again,
anyway,
though, I
listen,
also do
guys.
say there's probably promotion towards flag football because that's how kids in the little leagues get started too. So that's another
I'm
thing. So
telling you right now, you want people to come there, just have the top linemen battle the top D linemen. Just Oklahoma, and then you have them
I wish
rated.
we could see that.
You have them
That'll
rated
never
to
happen.
where, well, you have them rated to where the top 10 offensive linemen will face the top 10 defensive linemen, and you want
Wait,
people to come out.
Sharif, you want him doing hitting drills in the Pro Bowl, like real hitting in the Pro Bowl?
No,
I do.
Oklahoma drills is just in that circle. Once you get
I
pushed out that
do.
circle, you lose. No.
Bro,
But
Oklahoma
I want
drills
it to
is
be made
in
up
the
of
circle.
rookies.
Once you get pushed out of your circle, you lose, bro.
You know what? It'd
crazy
be
dog.
better. Just we should make them all do a Hell in the Cell. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I
Do a cage match.
wouldn't be opposed to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed to after the draft. After the
We
draft,
should make
every
listen. We should
top
make linemen
10
sumo
O
wrestle.
and
There we go.
D all go against each other straight
Listen,
up. I'd
Won't
love
that
to
be a
see
good
that.
skills competition? Make the
or
offensive
Yeah,
linemen sumo wrestle each other.
or
I
we
would
could
pay the money.
just
I would actually pay for that one. They can put that on pay per
see,
view.
my thing
That's gonna
is
be
right.
pay per view, Shake.
If the MLB can let my dad throw pitches to me, I can pick a quarterback and then have the best cornerback go against the best receiver. I'll pick my quarterback and let the other wide receiver top guy pick his quarterback. I can pick my freaking dad to throw pitches right down the middle so I can juice 30 home runs
That's
on a
what they
derby.
do.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we need see.
My dad has thrown
I'm
pitches to
just
me for
being a
40
devil's advocate.
years, 30 years, 25 years. Yeah,
And then
I
all
agree.
right, look. So next year, Roger, if you're listening, we're gonna do the offensive line. We're gonna do offensive linemen sumo wrestle. The linebackers, we're gonna make them MMA fight. We're gonna make them cage fight in the MMA, and then the
with
and then the
cornerbacks
safeties, the corners and wide receivers,
with tight
and
ends.
corners and wide receivers. We're gonna make them do a ladder match.
We're gonna make them chase
There
Pete.
you go.
TLC. There you go. Just to round up the event.
Now that would be my kind of Pro Bowl. Now tell me you're not tuning in for that one. They would actually sell. That would sell more tickets than actual the Super Bowl would. And you know those tickets are 25,000 a piece right now. That's what they're talking about.
Man,
25.
all they're gonna be
the
saying
cheapest one is 7 G's. Last I read.
And think of this, right? The top quarterback, Tua, is going to be throwing to the top receiver. He picks the corners, the top. Boy, we can't wait. And guess what? Tua may fry every one of those corners. And guess whose stock goes up? Tua.
Yep. Well, anyway, speaking
that'll
of
be exciting.
Hey, listen, I appreciate y'all coming through. I'm gonna shut this down. Friday, don't miss Friday show. Definitely, we're gonna 6 o'clock. We're gonna do another open panel. We're gonna talk about the Super Bowl and more Dolphins off-season talk. Unfortunately, and Josh, always the next way. You know, you're always welcome here to talk Buffalo stuff too, as well. You know what I mean?
Right on.
Shay.
Any final thoughts, guys? Anybody have final thoughts?
Are you streaming the Super Bowl?
No, we can't do that, but. Hey, by the way, hey, listen, more Papa Paul. Put the link in the Papa Paul. Put the link in the description. I'm gonna be on Papa Paul's show.
All right.
In about 15 minutes. He's gonna.
Yeah, man. We're gonna visit them.
Yeah, visit Papa Paul. They're trying to grow as well. So hey.
But my final thoughts, Shake, is that we stopped at 34 million. We still need a center. We got Hunt. We got Lamb. Armstead is gone. So we got to continue this conversation later. But we got to get a center.
Much appreciated, man. Thank you for coming through, man. Q, thank you for coming through. Raphael Courtright, Steve Malloy, Jermaine, much appreciated, man. Richard McLean, Utah Dolphins fans. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all coming through and showing some love to the channel. Villain, any last thoughts?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, solid. My final thought, to be honest with you, is we still got to wait and see. We never know what's going to happen coming forward. I think that we've done an outstanding job so far getting our coaching staff together going forward, because that's going to predicate who we're going to keep and who wants to stay. After that,
yeah,
I think I want to say another thing too. I think Sam Madison is going to stay.
Yeah, I think he is too. Hope so. If not, he'll probably go back to Kansas City. And Josh Allen, next way, you got the final word. Any final thoughts?
No, I just think if the Chiefs win this Super Bowl, man, I mean it's just going to be a different category for Mahomes, man.
Yeah,
and I don't know.
You got to put him at the GOAT then, or close to it.
It's probably one of the greatest starts in all of sports history. I mean, I don't know how you would argue with it. So we'll see what happens.
Hell yeah! And by the way, man, damn, I was hoping this guy was going to be our defensive coordinator, man. I could see so many McDaniels and him look like brothers. Don't they look like brothers?
Yes, they do. So
Babbitt's just kind of a weird guy.
Shake, I just want to say thank you for always letting me come up. I appreciate it.
Man. Thank you for coming up, man.
And I always like that it's a nice, pleasant conversation. Nobody's screaming and calling each other names. That'll be Friday night, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. No,
but
man.
I love the show. I love you guys. Fins up.
Fins up. And you know me, look, at the end of the day, I don't care. One thing, I'm going to tell you this before we close out. One thing about me is if you have no matter what side you stand on, right? When you try to shut down somebody else for having a different opinion, you know what I'm saying? That's worrisome. you listen to the other person, because two things will happen. Either you will change, you find new evidence that will change your mind, or you'll be stronger in your belief because you challenged it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I hate when somebody doesn't agree with you and says, "Oh, you don't deserve a voice." No, you deserve a voice. We need it's when we stop having conversations, that's when shit happens. You know what I'm saying? We need to talk and agree to disagree, but at the end of the day, everybody who I may not agree with you, but at the end of the day, I respect you for having your own opinion, and that's the way of the world, bro.
Yep. And that's what makes America so great.
Hell yeah. I'm Cuban, so at the end of the day, I know the first thing communists do is shut down the opposition's opinions, and you have to think this way. Bullshit. That's never gonna happen on this platform. I guarantee you, and that's because of El Capitan, baby.
Yep.
So, fins up, guys.
Fins the F up.